I'm Richard Lewis reporting for cadred.org. A familiar face to all of you, it's Whindanski, although usually he's a lot happier, a lot more upbeat and cheery, and not now because of course they've gone out in the group stages of ESWC. Been a bit of a clusterfuck.
Yeah.
So talk me through what's gone wrong and why it hasn't happened for you this event.
I think the event is actually one of the main problems.
Do tell.
I mean, I don't really know where to start. We played our first game yesterday on the stage, and we had about 10 problems, and we had 30 minutes set up, and they just seemed like more worried about makeup, you know, get on the stage, what song to pick and all this here, and we didn't even get that much time to set up. So Barbar had a problem with his mouse. He couldn't get 500 hertz, so the guy sat on his PC for nearly 25 minutes to try and get it on. Didn't get it on, and he tried and said his PC as well. So they both played on 125 hertz, and then there's only about 5 minutes left, so I'm gonna do the settings. And then he's like, I have got all my settings in. That's for Said and Barbar, and they're like, you have to play right now, no other time, right now. So settings were wrong. I think Weber's use key was M. Right. The drop the bomb was F. Yeah. All this random buttons, and we basically didn't really get a good chance to set up. Not taking anything away from Nexus, because they did play better than us, but like that was the most, like, that started our tournament off bad. If we won that game, I think we would have cruised today.
Was it? I mean, I know it wasn't particularly you. It was some of your other players, but there were a lot of people saying the Nexus is shit, you know, they're onliners, they'll never do it at LAN. I mean, you would never do anything like that, I know, Phil, so yeah. Was it really embarrassing to then lose on stage?
Well, not really. I mean, like, I think we were all just kind of pissed off at like the event, but after we were just like, they deserve the win, and so, I mean, I just gritted my teeth, shook hands, and I just went off the stage basically. But you can see, like, they haven't played that good either. Like, as you can see, like, and faculty have got through. So that was the only team you beat, wasn't it? That was the only team we beat comfortably on the map that beat everyone else on. So that kind of tells you something how fucked up this is.
Okay, well let's go into some of the individual stuff that have been going on in the team. First of all, I mean, Barbar. Yeah. I think a lot of people have pointed to him and said he's not had a good tournament. He's been a weak link. He was just a stand-in. I don't know if there was ever a plan to make him permanent, but is that still the case, or I mean, what's the situation there?
Jimmy Akita has been removed, left, whatever. He had other university commitments, so we were actually looking for a fifth, like, after the event as well. It wasn't just the one event. Andre was contracted to Absolute Legends. From what I know, like, there's no contract anymore, so he was our fifth, always. Right. It wasn't a stand-in, but we were kind of doing it on like a trial basis, see how it was like how we did ESWC, and then kind of build from there. So we were gonna have a chat about it, see how he feels. You know, I think he found it pretty hard. 1.6 Swedish teams. Yeah. To come to a UK team, we play quite passive, kind of UK style, and yeah, I think he struggled, but you know, first event. And I think he did okay.
Oh, what's the logic in taking a 1.6 AWP and then using him as a rifler in CSGO? I mean, is that? I mean, what do you think about that? Can you explain that to us?
He found it quite difficult to use the AWP. Right. He said he preferred like rifling positions than AWPing, because he didn't feel like 100% with it. So he didn't want to like start using it and then like let us down. So Said was like, well, I'll take control of it until, you know, you're ready to commit. We did try to change it like a day before the event. I was like, just let Andre up and see how it goes. Like, Said's a really good rifle, but we decided to stick with it. And I think if Andre upped like from the very start, I think we probably would have pretty breezed to the group.
Also want to ask some questions about Weber. I mean, we saw these MTW things about him being, you know, some sex obsessed, you know, distracted by his girlfriend permanently, head not in the game. As his teammate, I mean, when you saw those MTW comments, Could you relate, or did you find them completely laughable?
Nah, no way. Like, well, Brandon's a lovely guy. I mean, MTW, I think mostly, like, no respect to them, disrespect to them. Yeah. They're great guys, and I hope they probably will get a great lineup eventually. But I think Brandon might have got treated a bit bad by maybe George and Steele maybe, and I think that maybe like coming CS has come to an end, and him wanting to play more Go, and you know, girlfriend traveling back and forth. I think it put pressure on it. They thought they was more concentrated on his girlfriend than the team. But since I've been playing with him, it's completely opposite. I mean, he's been playing, practicing with us, putting the hours. His motivation's there. We have no problem with him personally, because we went to Braga together, and you know, he's a lovely guy. I have no. What he does with his girlfriend is up to him. As long as his head's in the game, then I have no problem.
What about as well, I mean, do you ever worry because he's perceived to be one of the best players, you know, in CSGO? Are you ever worried that, you know, he's going to get like another MTW-like offer of a salary or something like that, and he's going to just walk out on the team?
I don't think so. From what I know, he's got a few offers for salaries, and he's turned them down. I think we're trying to build a team of friends, and we are his friends. So I think, like, maybe we're not like the most known CS players, but I think we get on really well, and that affects like the way we play. And I think he enjoys it. I think if he didn't enjoy it and didn't think we were good enough, he simply wouldn't play with us. So he seems to be happy. You know, that could all change after a bad ESWC for us. So we'll talk online, see what happens.
There's a lot of probably, I don't know, maybe some disappointment going on with FM Toxic, because it never really seems to happen for the organisation, you know, when they come to these big events. But I mean, are you guys disappointed, or can you be reflective? Like, for example, you have gone out at the same stage as ESC Gaming, so it's not, you know, I mean, they're a hell of a team. So are you guys positive or negative about what's happened?
I think, like, it's hard to be positive after losing, but like if we played a little bit better on stage and all that stuff didn't happen, and maybe the event was a bit more organised and a little bit more playing time, I think we would have been okay. Everything kind of went against us. Lost the knife, lost the coin flips, didn't pick one map. So every time we played, it was their map. You know, so it's hard to win games when you're playing on the other team's favourite map. So we were always going to struggle. And I mean, that's it really. I mean, I don't really know what else to say. We're like, it is hard to take those losses, because we could have beat the Nexus, we should have beat ESC, but that's just the way it goes.
So who do you think is going to win the tournament now? I'll just let you cover along there. You're all right. But yeah, who's going to win? Obviously 4 teams left in it. You've probably got a good idea about how you feel it's going to go. So you know, who's going to win and why?
NIP, 100%. I think Fiji like look strong, but like RBK, Existence aren't as strong and Go as they were in CS. Yeah. You can see that. I think Smiths and Kenny S kind of like not carrying the team, but it's definitely they're like fraggers at the minute. Yeah. NIP, all 5, maybe apart from Fifth Iron, are all just mad fraggers, and they could just, you know, it wouldn't matter if it's 1v4 or 2v4. I mean, they'll always have a chance of winning those rounds. Where I think it was Fiji, not so much. NIP like live together, I think now. Freeburg's moving back to Sweden, so they're basically LAN house, salary to play. You know, the motivation's there, the money's there for the tournament, so they'll be the thing to beat. They look strong. Fiji not so much. So I think it'll be Fiji NIP final, unless Area 51 somehow pull off a great performance against maybe Fiji or whoever they're playing. I'm not sure the bracket yet. So what about your thoughts about how this tournament has been for CSGO? Because a lot of people were saying this is the big one, you know, after DreamHack Valencia, this is a big deal. The lineups weren't so strong. I thought there was a few teams who maybe shouldn't have been here, like LLL, you know, and Faculty, which they made it to the brackets. You know, people were saying they shouldn't have been here, but certainly they were 5th to 6th in their qualifier. It just didn't seem to be as big or as glitzy or as glamorous as perhaps it could have been. But on the plus side, you had Go TV making its debut at a big tournament and stuff. So how do you think it's impacted on CSGO
globally speaking?
I think it's an important event. There's like 3 major events, and I think this is obviously the first out of the 3 that are coming, or the other 2 that are coming. So it's important that it's here, but I think globally it's massive. Like, they get more players playing. GoTV, I think CS:GO is free this week, which is a really good idea by Valve, so people can start watching. So I think it's a great idea. ESWC, it got organised a bit bad. The admins don't really care about the players; they just care about the publicity. So, in terms of the playing side, not so good, but the publicity for the game is brilliant.
So finally, I know I don't usually do it, but I know you wanted to get some shout-outs in, so I'm going to let you, Phil. I'm going to let you.
Yeah, shout out just to Sapphire for sending us, and I'm back in FM, YCN hosting, and sorry, they've been great and helping us go to these events, and Yak has been great as always. As always, strong, and his character really helps us play for him basically. And it's not just about the tournaments, it's actually playing for him, and the money that he puts into us, it's awesome, and we couldn't ask for a better org.
Alright, well look man, have a good time anyway, try and enjoy the rest of the games, relax, and see you're coming down with the same cold. Bloody hell, that doesn't happen often. But to all the people out there at Cadbury.org, we're going to have more interviews from the CS:GO tournament like this one with Phil, so do stay tuned to all our coverage from ESWC 2012.